Welcome, Cancer. This is your timeless reading, and this is obviously for Cancer sun signs, but it can also be, it should resonate for Cancer moons and those who have Cancer ascendants or rising signs. Rising sign in the sign of Cancer. So this is a timeless reading. Whenever you come across this reading, it's the right time for you. And this is a reading to get you specific information to move you forward, to manifest the life and the desired life that you have always wanted. So we are starting with the foundation of this reading with the Starseed Oracle cards. So we'll start with these and then get you more information and messages. All right, so we're only doing this right side up. So I remember soul plan, the fated life versus destiny life. Yes, absolutely. And this is the cosmic heart. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. These are beautiful things, beautiful messages here, Cancer. So what I'm getting is that there's a very practical side to you, Cancer, and things have shifted ever so slightly about what it is that you've wanted. I feel as though for some of you, Cancer, you've gone for the practical side of what you think you could get. And for some of you, the reason in which you've gone for things have shifted. So it's left you with a little bit of a, what am I supposed to do now? So you're being asked, Cancerians, to move forward differently. Now, this should be quite easy for you once you embrace the idea of what that means. Cancers, the crab, move sideways. They're actually used to doing things quite unconventionally. They don't really move forward. They kind of sort of move sideways, backwards, forwards, around, sometimes in circles. But you do actually move quite unconventionally. So this is something that you're being asked to do that you can embrace quite easily. So you've always been on your path. You've always been moving forward. But again, what you've settled for as you're moving forward on your path did not represent the greatness of who you are. You're now being asked to really divulge and look into your soul plan, and you're being asked to ask this question. Everything that you desire, or everything that you think you desire from now on in, you're being asked, will this serve the collective? Because I think for some of you, what the message that I'm getting, Cancerians, that you're getting confused. When you're trying things on, you're not sure how to move forward. And for some of you, you're not exactly moving from your ego. You're more moving in a way that you think that, like, for instance, the easiest way I can describe it is you want something that seems very far-fetched. You desire something. You're very much in line with the understanding of who you are and the fact that you're supposed to be a leader, the fact that you're definitely light workers and what you're supposed to be doing. But the end result seems so far-fetched that how you get there is sort of like this weird line of this understanding of like practicality, of settling, of not necessarily moving with your heart, but it's a version of events that you felt as though you needed to do in order to get to the end result. Now, the end result has always been quite fantastical to you in some ways, even though you put a lot of effort into it. Some of you, from the beginning, some of you from childhood, you've had this dream. In many ways, you know that you can get there, but it seems so far-fetched that the way in which you've gotten there has been sort of a fairy tale. So you've dumbed yourself down, you've settled for certain situations, you've convinced yourself at times that certain things that you're doing is getting you further down the road so you can grab at that desire that you've always wanted. Now, the universe is saying to you that no, you don't need to do half of those things. You can actually just be in alignment and pull that desire to you straight away. The one thing that I'm getting, Cancerians, is that you're being asked not to see what it is that you've always wanted as a far-reaching goal, but as something that's already existing and already happening, and pull it into your consciousness. So you already have a firm amount of devotion to what it is that you want to do, and a devotion to the world, the devotion of what it is and who it is that you will be in this lifetime to inspire others. But because you've put yourself into situations that have compromised your frequency at times. You've allowed other people to project upon yourself boundaries to Cancerians, which is something that you're learning, and you've had to learn. You've had some tough lessons with that because you've opened yourself up to low frequency people, and you've allowed them to bully you in a way. And the reason why you've done that, you put yourself into that situation, is because you felt as though that was the next step in your path to get to where you wanted to be. So you've taken these sort of unnecessary steps in a way, or you've taken necessary steps, but then you've opened yourself up in a way that you didn't need to. You didn't put down your boundaries or put down your foot. You didn't protect yourself in that time of need. And then your soul got a little saddened, and then you questioned your authority, you questioned where you were, you questioned your life path, you questioned, your worthiness, whether you will get there. And this has been a little bit of a pattern that's absolutely shifted. You're on the other side of that now. So that's exciting. Let's go ahead and get some manifestation cards for you. So you're moving in a completely different way. You're moving in a way that you're understanding your soul plan is actually... it's actually your destiny, right? And what's fated, yes, now things are fated, people are fated, but how we exist within them when we say yes, when we say no, is absolutely completely different. For instance, soul contracts with people are fated, right? You're going to meet this person, but it doesn't mean to say that it's destiny to be with them, right? That's the difference. But accepting your soul path and working with the destiny of who you are, I am destined to do this, brings you that much closer, much quicker. The idea of seeing your life as, a yellow brick road, we'll see how it ends up, is no longer something that you're being asked to do. And the boundaries too, with the idea of the fated life, again, yes, there are certain circumstances with karma and fate that you have to go through, but the way in which you've taken that on is almost too much. You've already learned the lesson. You don't need to keep learning it. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. Yes, Cancer, this is fantastic for you because you've overdone. You tend to do this, Cancer. You really get right in there and feel absolutely everything with these karmic relationships. And that's wonderful. You definitely do feel. You're an incredible empath. You're probably like one of the highest empaths besides Pisces. And, in some ways, Scorpio, you have that water energy. And for some of you who are double water too, this is a double whammy for you. But the way in which that you've dealt with the fated stuff in your life has really pushed the understanding of the destiny away and out of your level of vision. And again, you don't need to do that. You don't need to feel so much with these fated things. See them for what they are, a little bit more pragmatic energy, ground into that energy. This is what happened. This is why I was supposed to see this. This is the energy that I was supposed to get it for. This was my life lesson from the situation, and let it go. Stop going over and over and over. There was nothing else you were supposed to do. Stop feeling so much in those situations, right? So for those of you who do not, who have lost a little bit of that support from the universe because of these fated situations that have come in and dumbed yourself down or dumbed your self-confidence or self-worthiness down, we can shift that for you. Again, when I surrender my will to the care of spirit and the universe, I attune my energy with an ever-present stream of well-being. So you're being asked to tap right into your destiny and see the fate and the fated situations for what they were. Stop going over them, integrate the knowledge of them, and move. Let's just do this. Move the fuck on, Cancerians, right? Stop going round in circles. You've lost that energy a little bit, the connection with the universe. Sometimes you feel as though you're out of the loop of the universe. Oh my God, universe, I'm still here. What am I supposed to do next? That's because you're spending all of your energy on all your feeling energy and all your empathic versions of events on these things that have already happened. See them for what they are and cut them loose. You need to go back, do some meditations, cut all those cords with all that old stuff, And for those of you who are going through the same sort of circle events, but to a lesser degree, really looking back on all of your life and seeing it from the point of view, very simple point of view. What was I supposed to learn from this? Oh yeah, I did learn that. Done. Cut the cord. Move on. That's it. Integrate that into your knowledge. See the fate for what it was, and then you move into the destiny aspect of self much quicker. You will also reintegrate your new version of how to work with the universe. Instead of working with the universe when you're sort of like feeling low or when you're feeling really high, you have these sort of like really low and really high moments. And in both those moments, you feel the universe, but you're being asked to work from this level sort of playing field with the universe, with prayer, with a new understanding that your destiny is right there. So you're being asked to see that you've already achieved your destiny. What does that look like? How does that feel? Let's get you a couple goddess cards here. The tarot, get you some more messages. You're on the right path, and for those Cancers who are really resonating with this, you've already been through this. You already realize that the fate going round and round and round isn't working. And for those of you who have lost people, and people and situations have fallen away from you after these fated situations have happened, they might come back, but if they do, it'll be a brand new situation. They were karmic lessons for you. Please let it go. There's nothing more that you were supposed to do. And for those of you who are stepping up in a way that you're overstepping insofar as, I could have made this better. It wasn't up to you to make better. Again, cut those cords, let all of those past situations go, and please see them as fated situations. They were not part of your destiny. They were part of your fate. Two different things for you to understand. Okay, 10 of Staves, you got this. One more. Yes, Prince of Pentacles. When you move forward with the understanding of your destiny fully intact on your own terms, and you see the fate for what it is versus destiny, you align again. You're able to bring your wisdom and your infinite magic and your capacity for feeling an empathic version of events. You have this prophecy sense of self to you, but you use all of those traits trying to figure out all of the fate stuff. You're being asked to shift that onto the perspective of your destiny, bring all your magic back into the vessel that you are, and move into your brand new future. And again, all these highs and lows that you've been experiencing can easily be, and you're very emotional too. You have a great capacity for emotionality. No one's asking you to dumb that down, but you can embrace it and enhance it in a way that's level-headed, where you're working with the universe in a surrendering point, moving to and grabbing onto that destiny, integrating that destiny without seeing it as something to achieve. See it as something that you've already achieved. Now, how do you integrate that now that you've achieved it into the world? You will find that your perspective shifts. There's nothing more for you to learn from your past. So again, if you need to physically go into meditation and cut those cords, go ahead and do that, Cancer, because it's your time to move forward. There's nothing in your past that needs to move into your forward thinking and into your future now, and even into your present. You are in a brand new sense of space. It does require a new shift and a new perspective, but you are well able for it. And for those of you who have been very overwhelmed with their emotionalities or your emotions, this is a way to level out and streamline all that you do and integrate it into your destiny in a way that you've never done before. Working with the universe, not accepting help when you're really low or really high, but working from a sense of intuition, and stop going for that practical element. I would say for you, because you're so used to doing the practical, if anything pops up in a practical way, no, absolutely say no to it. You have the courage now to work from the heart space. Any of those crazy ideas that come in, those are the ones that you're doing from now on in until you get used to it. I tell you, when you sit there and you say, oh, but this practical mindset, if I do this, it'll bring me to that. That's not what you're doing anymore. You're being asked to streamline forward, move light years ahead, and stop seeing your destiny as something to achieve. You've already achieved it. So this practical mindset And I'm not saying that it's not good to be practical. You have a very practical sense of self. That's never going to go anywhere. But the way in which that you're overstepping that practical mindset into this ethereal sense of expansion self that does not need the practical mindset, and you're actually going round in circles. So move into this easygoing sense of self with your universe. Surrender to the understanding that your destiny is absolutely there and nothing need to be achieved. It's nothing that's outside of yourself. Everything is inside and already has been achieved. It's just a matter of matching the in with the out, the internal with the external. But you are ready for this. You're ready for this. And remember, Cancer, above all things, cut those cords. Those fated situations are done. They taught you everything you needed to know. There is nothing more for you to return to with them. Okay? So this is an exciting time for you, Cancer. For those of you who resonated, please let me know in the comments. Always love hearing from you guys. And it was a pleasure reading from you, yes, and for you. And until we meet again, Cancer, take care and bye-bye.